Hello traders, and welcome back to our channel. In this video, we're going to take a look at the range level strategy inside TWM. This strategy is built around session trading. It focuses on specific time windows during the day, like the US, European, or Asian session. During that time, the system automatically detects the highest and lowest price reached, and those two values form your session range. Once you have that, the strategy allows you to trade when price interacts with those boundaries, whether it's bouncing, breaking out, or reverting back inside the range. Let's see how it works in practice. Imagine the market opens at 9:30 and closes at 16. Between those 2 points, it forms a range, a top and a bottom. The next session starts fresh, builds a new range, and the process repeats. Your goal is to trade those levels, the high and the low, depending on how price behaves around them. The first section is commissions. Here you can decide if backtesting should include trading costs or not. By default, it's set to no commissions. But if you're working with a specific market, you can also select crypto futures or crypto spot to simulate realistic conditions. Now, let's look at the entry settings. Position size defines how many contracts are traded on each position. It's basically your trade volume. Keep order bars defines how long pending orders stay active before being canceled. If the setup doesn't trigger within that number of bars, the order disappears. Then we have entry type, which determines how trades are opened. There are 4 options here, and they define completely different behaviors. Bounce limit enters against the level, so if price touches the top of the range, it goes short. If price touches the bottom, it goes long. Bounce stop market is similar, but instead of entering right at the level, it waits for a small breakout and then trades on the pullback. Breakout stop market does the opposite. It trades the breakout itself. When price moves beyond the top, it enters long. When it breaks below the bottom, it enters short. Breakout limit waits for a breakout, then enters on the retest of that level. It's designed to catch continuation moves after confirmation. Finally, entry offset % lets you shift the entry slightly inside or outside the range. For example, if you set it to 0.5%, your order will be placed slightly away from the boundary. This helps avoid false signals that happen exactly on the line. In the exit settings, we define how trades close. Stop loss sets the distance of your protective stop, expressed as a percentage of the session range. For example, if the session range is 100 points and your stop is 20%, the stop will be 20 points away from entry. Profit target does the same for the take profit. A 50% target means you're aiming for half the range in profit. Both stop and target automatically adapt to each session's volatility. Close at end of trading period ensures all trades are closed when the session ends. If this is checked, no trades continue past the session's defined end time. The break-even section lets you protect profits automatically. When break-even is enabled, the stop loss moves to your entry price after the trade has gone a certain distance in your favor. This means that even if the market reverses, you don't lose money on that position. Break-even apply. At % defines when that happens. If set to 50%, it triggers once price has moved halfway across the session range. Break-even offset % moves the stop slightly beyond the entry, locking in a small gain instead of just breaking even. Now, let's move to filters. Start position defines which part of the range the session must begin in before trades are allowed. You can choose middle, top, bottom, or ignore. Ignore. The filter is disabled. The system trades regardless of where price starts relative to the previous range. Middle. Trades are allowed only if the current price starts near the center of the previous range. This is often used when looking for mean reversion setups. Bottom. Trades are allowed only if the session begins near the bottom of the previous range, typically used to look for long opportunities or breakouts below support. Top. Trades are allowed only if the session begins near the top of the previous range, typically used to look for short opportunities or breakouts above resistance. Top-bottom. Trades are allowed if the price starts near either the top or the bottom of the previous range, but not in the middle. It focuses only on extreme zones where reactions are most likely. Direction filter. Type defines whether trades follow or go against the session direction. If you select session direction and the session is up, only long trades are allowed. If you select inverse session direction, the opposite happens. Min range filter and max range filter. Control volatility conditions. They limit trading to sessions where the range size falls between certain percentage values. This helps avoid periods that are too quiet or too explosive. Extend trading period allows trades to continue after the session officially ends. If disabled, trading stops exactly at the closing time. Skip signals lets you define how many touches or breakouts of a level should be ignored before a trade is allowed. For instance, if you set it to 2, the system will ignore the first 2 signals and act on the third. It's a simple way to wait for confirmation. Max trades limits how many trades can be opened in a single session. Once that number is reached, the system won't take any more entries until the next session starts. Finally, the session parameters. Use Monday through Use Sunday allow you to enable or disable trading on specific days. You can all the days that match your trading schedule. Start hour and start minute. Define when the session begins. End hour and end minute define when the session closes. When the session ends, the system locks in the high and the low of that period. Range levels works based on defined market hours. It's important to use the preferred market hours, since the system calculates the range only within that selected time window. If the local time zone differs from the market time being analyzed, the session hours should be adjusted accordingly to maintain accuracy. Those 2 levels become reference points for trades during or after that session. When a new session starts, everything resets and a new range is calculated. Range levels gives a clear, time-based structure for studying how price reacts to session highs and lows. It allows you to experiment with bounce, breakout, or reversion logic while keeping everything visual and rule-based. Every parameter can be customized to fit your trading style. That's the full walkthrough of the range level strategy. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.